Okay, so welcome everybody to our All In Family Night. Whether you are here with us live, thank you, Angela and Emily, or watching the recording, we are so glad that you are here. And we are just so excited to be able to recognize, celebrate, and just even kind of challenge each other with the training that we're going to do today. So we're going to start. Jennifer's going to open us up in a word of prayer. Then we'll get straight to the recognition part and then jump into the training before we finish up to get ready to head over to Watch It Wednesday, where Jennifer and I get to show you all of the new goodies. We're so excited for that. We're wearing parts of them. So, so Jennifer, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Sure. All right. So I'm going to pray real quick. Dear Lord, I just thank you for tonight that we get to come together and to see each other's faces. We get to celebrate and recognize everyone for their hard work last month. And then we get to learn and grow, not only in our business life, but in our personal lives too. And I just thank you how the Mary Kay opportunity just provides so many opportunities for each of us that we get to customize to ourselves and our lifestyles and our families and all of that. So I just pray that tonight would be a blessing for those who are able to join us live and those who watch this as a replay, and that they'll be able to take some little nuggets of truth and some little tips to move forward and help propel them in their business. And I pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Well, we get to start with the recognition from July. And I know, as I was putting together these recognition slides, I know it was kind of like, well, but we haven't had seminar yet. So we don't even know where people finished based on last seminar year. And so we will talk a little bit about seminar, but this recognition that we're doing tonight is just based for July. Okay, so starting a brand new seminar year. So from July 1st on, that's what this recognition will be based on. And then again, we will do recognition for where the Court of Sales and the Court of Sharing ended last seminar year when we are together in just a couple weeks. Oh my gosh, at seminar in Olathe, Kansas. So let's get started. Let me share my screen with you guys here. Okay. So we are going to get started first with our new independent beauty consultants. If I can get it to switch over. There we go. And so we're going to start with this. And so these are new consultants that joined our Mary Kay family in July. So let's welcome them. So we have Darcy, recruited by Heidi, Katrina, recruited by Jennifer, Penny, recruited by Heidi as well, Kathy, recruited by Laura Newson, Trudy, recruited by Kendall Short, and Iris, recruited by Laura Newson as well. So welcome to these 6 consultants that joined our Mary Kay families in July. We're so excited to have you as part of our family.
And so now I get to share with you our red jackets that we have in our unit. And so there are different levels of red jackets. And so I will make sure I note those as we get to those, as we go through the slides here. But being in the red jacket, our first one to celebrate tonight is Lisa Clark. She is a star team builder, which means she has 3 to 4 active team members on her team. So way to go, Lisa. So proud of you. Let's see who our next one is. This is Maya's mom, for those of you who don't know, Anna Klunt, and she is also a star team builder with 3 to 4 active women on her team. And then we have Sandra Nowicki from my unit, and she's also a star team builder. Let's see, who else do we have? We have Amy Parnell from Mary's unit, who is a star team builder as well. And then we have Emily Smith, who is on tonight, also my sister. So I got a little extra special love for her there. And she's a star team builder too. And then we have,
oops, sorry. It skipped ahead.
So sorry, Amy, we didn't mean to skip you. We have Amy England, who is a team leader. And so a team leader has at least 5 active women on her team. So way to go, Amy. And then we also have the team leader, Vicki Highsmith from Mary's unit. Way to go, Vicki. And then we have an elite team leader, Laura Newson from Maya's unit. And an elite team leader can move into that position in one of 2 ways. So the first way is if Laura has 8 personal active recruits. The second way is if she were to have 5 team members and one of those be a red jacket herself. So there's a couple different options when you are moving up into the elite team leader position. And then we do have this position open, Director in Qualification. So you can start your journey to become a director when you have 10 active women on your team, your personal recruits. And so we are looking for the next woman in our units to see who wants to step into that leadership position. If you have a passion for sharing Mary Kay with others or leading women and helping teach them, then maybe this is for you. Okay, now this is something I look forward to every single month, and we did not catch the date. It's
We did
August.
not.
It's not July. Oh, hey, do you want to look up the date? Here, let me see.
Yes,
Maybe I can get it
we'll
over
look up
here.
the date while you tell about it for sure.
Okay, it is August 21st. So it's actually seminar weekend. So are we going to still be able to do it?
So we won't have it then in August. So it'll be September. So that'll be
Okay.
September 18th.
Okay. So we got a couple months, yes, because
Yes.
we'll all be together for seminar that morning. We'll be doing we'll talk about seminar here in a second. But anyways, Red Hot Coffee Club, something I do look forward to every month. And this is when we have all of us directors put on a call and have our red jackets join us. And so this is a time where you're surrounded with like-minded women who are working towards some of the same goals and trying to figure out that balance of being a consultant, but also leading a team. And so we talk through these things. It's very conversational, and we called it Red Hot Coffee because we send you Venmo money for your coffee, or you can get a smoothie or a tea or whatever you want. So that happens monthly on the third Saturday of the month.
Yes. And I laugh that we forgot that date, but yes, September. Awesome. Well, next we get to recognize the Court of Shearing. And this, just like the Court of Sales that we'll do here in just a little bit, this is where this does start again fresh, July 1st. So as we're doing these courts, there may be fewer names on there, but that does not mean that it is any less important, because this is the brand new start, the brand new beginning of this seminar year. And so I love this because this is now, like now you can set your sights on that. You will, we'll talk about how you can qualify, and this can be one of the goals that you have on your goal poster. So the Court of Shearing, just like Jennifer shared about the Red Hot Coffee Club, if your passion or your drive, with your Mary Kay business is to be able to share it with other people. That's one of the things that Mary Kay Ash asked us to do. There's nationals that will tell tons of stories from the stage about Mary Kay. How can I share this with other women? How can I thank you for what you've done? And that's what she asked us to do, was to pass it on. And so if you've been blessed by your Mary Kay business, why can't somebody else be blessed as well? So we are able to share this with them. So the Court of Shearing, the National Court of Shearing, is 24 Great Start qualified personal team members. So this is a goal that you achieve with your personal business, and you get your choice of these gorgeous jewelry pieces here. The Diamond Bumblebee, which Jennifer earned this year.
Actually, I have it right here.
Right on her
On
jacket.
my jacket.
This is like one of the most coveted pieces of jewelry that Mary Kay has, which is so awesome. Or you can choose also to do a charm bee that you can have on a bracelet as well. So you can have bees on a little hive of bees on your jacket, or you could have a hive of bees around your wrist as well. You also get recognition at our unit levels for doing the half Court of Shearing. So if you have 12 qualified personal team members as well. And so this again is just something that Mary Kay asked us to do. And so, I always tell my consultants, if you have been blessed in any form or fashion by your Mary Kay business, then you have the opportunity to be able to share that with other people and allow them the opportunity to be blessed by this as well. So we are going to recognize actually our top 3 in the Court of Shearing so far based on July's results. And we actually have a tie. So our 2 are actually tied for second place, or second in the court. And that is Holly Dotson and Sandra Nowicki, both with 1 Great Start qualified team member. So congratulations to you guys. And then number 1, our queen of the Court of Shearing for July, is Laura Newson, with 2 new agreements coming in, and both of them Great Start qualified. So congratulations to Holly, Sandra, and Laura. Yay! Oh, my thing's like skipping. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so I am so excited to share with you our Powered by Pink Achievers for the month of July. And so what our company does is they set up this consistency program where we can be celebrated and receive gorgeous jewelry by ordering a minimum of 600 wholesale or 12, which is 1200 retail. And so our Powered by Pink Achievers for July, we have Ashley and Jody and Lisa and Sally and Katrina and Vicky and Michelle and Kathy and Sherry and Taylor and Angela and Iris and Wendy. Way to go, ladies. Way to work your businesses. So proud of you. And you will see on here the 2 pieces of jewelry at the bottom of the page. Those are the consistency jewelry pieces that you can earn from the company. And so when you achieve being that 600 wholesale for the months of July through December, you will earn those beautiful earrings. I don't know if they're not like teardrop. I don't know what the correct description.
They call
for
them like
is.
the New Year's Eve ball, like drop kind of thing, like because it's like
Ooh,
the
I
ball
like
of
that.
crystals at the bottom.
Okay, the ball of crystal. Those are beautiful. Let me tell you, December 31st is my birthday, so I'm going to earn those earrings on my birthday. And then also if you do 12 months, so the whole seminar year, then you'll receive the bracelet as well. And so those are a couple of extra prizes that you can work towards by being consistent with your business. Now, here's the jewelry that you can earn this month in the month of August. So there's this gorgeous bracelet. It just looks so dainty and beautiful. I can't wait to earn it. But when you have orders either from your customers that you send to them from Mary Kay, or if you order products that come to your house, all of that accumulative $600 wholesale throughout the month of August, you will receive this beautiful RJ Graziano gold and pink bracelet.
It's so pretty.
Oh,
So pretty. All right. Well, the next thing we're going to talk about is Star Consultants. And this ties perfectly with what Jennifer just shared with the Powered by Pink Achievers, because when you do order 600 wholesale every single month, then that automatically makes you a Star Consultant. And I love this program. If you're not familiar with the Star Consultant program, this was a program designed by Mary Kay Ash herself. She wanted to give consultants a track to run on. And how awesome is it that the company is so incredibly generous that just for taking care of our customers, just for ordering products, just for doing what we're doing anyway, that every 3 months they say, oh my gosh, you did amazing. You get to pick a prize. Like, it's incredible. And they just accumulate, and it's so fantastic. And so the quarter that we're in is quarter 1. And so this quarter started on June 16th. But even if you have not ordered anything, like nothing to the company since June 16th, you can still be a Star Consultant because the quarter does not end until September 15th. And I don't know what the company is announcing, but they are announcing something at seminar about consistent Star Consultant, the all-star consultant. So when you are a Star Consultant, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, there's something coming. And so we want to make sure that you are ready for that. And so this quarter is so important. And so we'll kind of talk about how to get there after we recognize these consultants that are on target for Star Consultant with at least 900 wholesale. These on target consultants is Marky, Jody, Carol, Vicky, Patty, Kim, Claudia, Angela, and Wendy. Congratulations. Yay. And then those that have already finished a Star Consultant level since June 16th, at the Sapphire level, we have Melanie Cox. Congratulations, Melanie. Yay. At the Ruby level, we have Amy England and Taylor Olson. And then we have openings for Diamond Consultants. And that's the awesome part, is because you can be at one level now and like keep moving up, which is awesome. At the Emerald level is Sherry Mason. Congratulations to Sherry. And then Pearl. And I think I heard Maya say that she's already at the top level of the Pearl Consultant status, is Laura Newson. So congratulations to you guys as well. Now, how does the Star Consultant program work? Okay, the Star Consultant program has different levels. So the first level you want to strive for is the Sapphire level. And that averages out to about 300 retail per week. Okay, so if you are not currently a Star, if you're not currently tracking, that can be your focus, is to start with $300 each week in retail. Now, because we are already partway through the quarter, we would need to increase that activity just a little bit. So you might track one of these other levels. The Ruby level is $400 retail per week. Diamond level is $500 retail per week. Emerald is 600 retail, and the pearl level is 800 retail. And here's the awesome part is once you achieve sapphire level yourself, and then you add in Great Start qualified team members, they get to bump you up to another level, which is so awesome. That's how you get the big levels and the big prizes. And so, and I don't know, like if you guys can really see this, but there's some really awesome prizes on here. I mean, this fire pit at the pearl level is like screaming my name. I would love to have, there we go. Jennifer's got it in the background as well, but they've got ring lights. They've got kitchen things. They've got, like a standing, like an exercise bike that's a desk. It's like incredible what the company does for this. And so you can choose one of these prizes. You can choose a super certificate, which is just basically a gift card. Last year, I chose those super certificates all year long, and I used those gift cards with our vacation that we did in Florida at the end of May. So lots of different ways to think about that. You can also do Mary Kay Connections vouchers so that you can use that for business supplies as well. So lots of ways to work it. You can get the prizes or take some of the gift certificates as well.
All right, so now I get to talk about the Court of Sales. And so this also reset July 1st. And so in a moment here, I'll be sharing the numbers, the top 10 in our all-in area of where people are at right now in terms of sales. But you achieve the National Court of Sales when you sell or order from the company 40,000 in retail production. And so this would be on average, half of that would be 20,000 wholesale. That's our discount, our half price there. But every once in a while, there's a few promotions the company will run where you have less wholesale, but it counts as like extra retail. So it helps you finish the Court of Sales that way. But when you achieve the National Court of Sales, you get to choose this year between one of these gorgeous diamond rings. There's the one that's like a leaf, and then there's that really pretty rose quartz color. I haven't decided which one I want yet, but I'll pick one. And so those are the rings that you can achieve. And then we also do recognize for the half court, which is called the Princess Court of Sales, which would be 20,000 retail and 10,000 wholesale. And so we do have prizes and special things for those, just like as our own unit. And so yes, you get free diamonds from the company, which is really exciting. Or if you'd like, you can take cash too. All right, so we're going to start number 10 and work our way up to 1. And so right now, after the month of July, with our Court of Sales leaderboard, number 10 is Lisa Clark with $1,212. We have at number 9, Michelle Kuglin at $1,216. At number 8, we have Angela. What?
These are all so close.
Yeah, at number 8, we have Angela Rogers with $1,313. Number 7, we have Wendy Schuler with $1,337. Number 6 is Kathy McLaren with $1,535. And now to our top 5, we have Iris. Oh, I'm so sorry, Iris. I'm probably going to say your last name incorrectly. Iris Schopner, maybe, with $1,539. Katrina Hanlon with $1,604. Number 3 is Sherry Mason with 2016. Vicki Highsmith is at number 2 with 2,371. And number 1 right now, our queen of the Court of Sales in the all-in area is Taylor Olson with $4,151. So congratulations, ladies. We are so excited for you, and it's awesome to see you working your business really strong in the month of July.
Yes, awesome. Well, and you heard us mention just a few times this thing called seminar. And so we're going to recognize here shortly those of you that have registered for seminar, but we just kind of wanted to touch base because I know there's been a little bit of confusion about what exactly is going on, where is seminar at, what are we doing, what do we watch, all of that sort of thing. And so seminar from Mary Kay is virtual again this year. And so the dates of Mary Kay Seminar is August 19th and through the 21st. So it's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And no matter what, we want to encourage you to register for seminar. This you can do through Mary Kay In Touch. You can just go to In Touch, then events, then special events, and purchase your ticket. It's $50 to register for that for the full event. Plus, after the event's done, you actually get specific classes for your career level, and you get to have access to those for a certain amount of time period. I don't remember what the closing date is, but you get to have access to all of that to be able to watch over and over and over again, which is, I love that part, because in case you miss something, you can listen again and catch it the second time. And so no matter where you're at, no matter where you live, no matter like bare bones minimum, we would love to have you register for seminar, because we want you to be able to get all of that goodness that Mary Kay has, all the motivation, all the inspiration, the celebration as well by attending Mary Kay seminar. Now, the second part of this is we would love for you to come join us in person at our watch party. So this is a separate registration from Mary Kay's seminar. And so again, you can choose if you're able to come to the Kansas City area or not, but you can register also for that. The deadline for both, okay, the deadline for Mary Kay seminar and the watch party is August 13th. Okay, so August 13th is your deadline, and you can use the link. I know we've shared it in our groups. You could even use your phone if you're watching on your computer to scan that code, or check with your director and she can send it to you again as well. That registration is just $25. And that again includes the room for us to be able to gather together to watch seminar together all 3 days. It does not include any lodging or meals. That way you can control your budget on those. You can bring food, you can, sleep with, gather with other consultants and share rooms, anything like that to kind of set that in within your budget. But we would love for you to join us in person. We've kind of missed doing some things in person over these last few years. And so we would just love to be able to gather together, to celebrate together. That $25 also does cover, we have some special events that we're doing, and one of them is the Future All In National Area Award. So just like we've been doing with this All In Family Night and recognizing all of our units together, that Future Area Awards will do the same thing as well. So we are so excited for that as well, to be able to recognize you. I got the sashes in today for that as well, and we've got tiaras. So it'll be so exciting and so fun for that as well. So we would love for you, of course, first to register for seminar with Mary Kay, but then also to register to join us for the watch party. So these are the consultants that are registered for seminar through Mary Kay. And we have 24 consultants registered for seminar, which is so exciting. So Sandy, Jody, Lisa, Melanie, Holly, Sally, Angie, Amy, and then also Carol, Vicki, Patty, Whitney, Kim, Robin, Sherry, and Kim Messer, Laura Newson, Sandra, Emily, Taylor, Connie, Angela, Rachel, and Rosita. So we are so excited for you guys. And so if you have registered for Mary Kay seminar, be sure, if you can, make it to Kansas City to join with us to do that as well. Your director can give you all of the details for that. But these consultants, like I said, have registered for seminar, which we are so excited for. So again, register for seminar, then register for the watch party as well. And I think that's all of our recognition for right now.
I think so.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. So now we're going to go into the nuts and bolts of tonight. Okay, the nitty gritty little training. And so if you guys remember, if you were with us last month, or I was going to say if you watched the replay, but I know we didn't necessarily get the replay out. But last month we talked about goal setting, like starting a brand new seminar year, how to figure out what to track, what goal to go after, what you wanted to do. And so in preparing for tonight, Jennifer and I were kind of chatting, and we thought the kind of perfect transition from that to like what the next step is to talk about being intentional with our time. That when we are working our Mary Kay business, we are working on the right things in our Mary Kay business. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes like I'll grab my phone and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to go post in my customer group. And then I like post in my customer group, and then I just keep scrolling. Like, I don't know if anybody else has done that. But then the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, okay, well, what do I need to do? Like, now I need to do this, And so it's easy to get off track. It's easy to get distracted. Like, we have so many things coming at us that we just wanted to kind of talk about some of the tools in order to be able to help us be intentional with our time. So I would love, like, you guys can like shout it out or put it in the chats, is when we talk about being intentional with your business and being intentional with your time, what comes to mind? Like, what do you think about when I say that? Like, so put that in the chat or shout it out as well. Um, and so we're going to kind of, like I said, talk about some of the tips to help with that, as far as managing our time, utilizing our time best. And so the first thing that we want to talk about is what we call the brain dump. Like, so how many of you guys are familiar with the brain dump? Have you guys heard about the brain dump? Okay. How many of you guys do the brain dump, like, consistently? Anybody do it consistently? Anybody out there sometimes do it consistently, sometimes not, like maybe a little bit of both. So the brain dump is one of those things that whenever you start to feel like overwhelmed, like you've got all of these things to do, is to just get it out of your head and on paper. Like, we are probably, as women, as wives, as moms, as like all the hats that we wear, we have so many things coming at us, right? Like, from every direction. And like, it's hard for us to keep it all straight, you know? Like, how many times have you been in the shower and like, oh, like this popped into your head and you're trying to remember it and then you forget, or you're cooking dinner and you're doing, you know, just constant bombardment of all the things. And so the brain dump is just a way to take everything that's in your head and put it down on paper. Because when it's on paper, you can look at it logically. You can look at it without emotion. You can prioritize. You can process it so much better than when it's in our head. Like, I'll never forget a story that Linda Tupin, our national sales director, had shared with us, because her daughter, Katie, this was before Katie was in Mary Kay. Katie was actually like touring as a singer and things like that. And Katie had come home and was like completely overwhelmed, like frazzled beyond belief. And Linda is like, what is going on? Like, what is wrong? And she was like, I'm just so overwhelmed. There's so much I have to do. And Linda's like, okay, let's write it down. Let's figure out what we need to do. Like, tell me what you need to do. And so like Linda legit got out a notebook and Katie was telling her things and she wrote them down. It was 5 things that were running around in her mind that were making her crazy. And one of them was that her checkbook was off by like a penny, you know? But what may be overwhelming, sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. What may be overwhelming to you may not be overwhelming to somebody else, but if it shuts you down, it's worth putting down on paper. Mm-hmm. So Jennifer, do you want to address that while I try to fix this?
Sure. Yes. No, you're good. Yes. So when I put everything down on paper, then it's time to prioritize, like, what is going to be most important. And you can prioritize these like high, medium, and low rankings. And so if you have a customer that needs an order, or that you really need to follow up with, that would be considered like a high importance, definitely needs to happen sooner rather than later. And then medium would maybe be, okay, so I have my inventory that just came in. Yeah, I want to get it organized, but it's not necessarily as important as dealing with my customers. And low priority be like, oh, maybe I need to schedule something. You know, it's just taking your list and prioritizing it and kind of putting it in different categories gives you an even like a second layer of peace of mind, knowing that number one, it's out of your head. And number two, like, you can visualize, you can look at it, you can color code it, whatever is most beneficial for you. You can put them on different dates on your planner. So just setting aside time. I know a lot of people do their brain dumps on Sundays, just because it's the first day of the week. Make sure you've got everything on paper, and it doesn't have to be just Mary Kay. It could be like this week I had swim lessons 3 days for my children because we had makeups from times that we had missed. And so it can be church stuff, it can be family stuff, it could be a wedding maybe you have one weekend or whatever. Put that all down on paper and then figure out, okay, what you need to do when. And it just helps you be really, really intentional with your time when you know like when things need to be done and how like they rank, and it's as far as importance goes.
Yes. And even like looking ahead at your calendar, like if you know you've got a party coming up being able to add on your to-do list the things that are involved in that party. So again, you can figure out what you need to do, what you can delegate, things that perhaps you could have somebody else help with. But that way, the night before the party, you're not scrambling, like, oh, do I have my starter kit packed if it's in person? Or did I post what I should have posted if it's a virtual party? Like, to think ahead on those things, because when we plan ahead and we think ahead on that, it just makes everything else run smoother with that.
Yep.
And so then that transitions over into, like, once you have this list of things, like, how do you take that big list and break it down into each day? So Jennifer's going to talk about the 6 most important things to do list.
Yes. So I don't know if you all have heard of this list or not, but it was actually brought up by Mary Kay. So it's in her autobiography in chapter 10. It's actually called the $35,000 list, which sounds really crazy. But it's a story about how Mary Kay had someone come to the company who was an expert in time management and efficiency and all of that. And the instructor, he was telling Mary Kay, he's like, every morning I make a list. Actually, every night I make a list for the next day. And I prioritize it. I write it down, the numbers 1 through 6, what needs to happen first, second, third, fourth, so on and so on. And every time you finish that task, you get to scratch it off. And ladies, I can guarantee we almost all feel the same way. Even if you're not a huge list person, when you get to mark something off a list, it just feels good. Even if it's grocery shopping one day, or if it's packaging up products for your customers, or getting a couple appointments on your planner, whatever that list is, when you get to cross that off, you have a sense of accomplishment. And so I'm going to read for you here just a little bit out of Mary Kay's autobiography. And here's what it said. And so each morning, begin with the first item on your list and scratch it off when it's finished. Just work your way right down those 6 items. And if you don't get something finished, it simply goes to the next day. At the end of a 3-month trial period that they were doing together, efficiency and sales had increased to such an extent that the guy that had come in, his name was Charles Schwab, had to send this efficiency reporter a check for $35,000. Now it's a lot of cash for such a small amount of work, but in today's money, $35,000 probably would have been the equivalent of $350,000. Mary Kay was very impressed by all of this and thought that if such a list was worth $35,000, then it was at least worth $35 to me. She said, so as I pondered the moral, I took an envelope out of my purse and wrote down the 6 most important things I had to do the next day. And I have continued making that $35,000 list every single day of my life. And so I want to encourage you all, if you don't make a 6 most important things to do list, to do it tonight. And you do it at night so you have it written down and you know what you're going to do the next day. When I started tracking to first off earn my car and then to become a sales director, I took either a picture of my list or I typed it out and sent it to my director, which is Maya, every single night. I had a reminder set on my phone because I knew that if I told her exactly what I was going to be doing the next day, first off, she holds me accountable to it. And second, I had a plan. I had a game plan. I had something to do. And so it let me be very intentional about what I was doing. And some days, those 6 items were all Mary Kay, and sometimes maybe only 1 or 2 were, but there's still important things that needed to get done. And so when you write those down, when you get to mark those off, like those, you get to celebrate all those little wins all day, every day, and it's great. And so that would be something I would definitely encourage you to do, is to make that 6 most important things to do list tonight for tomorrow.
Yes. And I don't remember if it was like Mary Kay herself that said this or just somebody at a Mary Kay event, but they said to think about this as if at night when you're making the list, you are the CEO. Okay. Like you are the boss, you're in charge, and you're making this list for yourself the next day that is the employee. So like you're making the list so that you know what to do, because we all function better when we know what to do. And so think of it as, okay, tonight I'm the boss making the list. Tomorrow I'm the worker, like I'm the worker bee, I'm the employee that's going to get these things done as well. So it's just, and it is awesome. And like Jennifer said, if you get to cross something off, you just have that amazing feeling. And when you tackle that biggest thing first, the most important thing first, even if the rest of the day goes crazy and you don't get anything else done, you did the most important thing.
Mhm.
And so you can still feel accomplished and successful that day because you did that thing. So you have your brain dump, you have your 6 most important things to do list. And the other part of that to stress is just to look at the activities and what you're putting on your list. So, like when Jennifer was talking about the priorities, to think of it as in a way of what is income producing? Like, are these activities that I'm doing income producing activities? Are they things that are going to generate income for me and my family? You know, so that would be like a facial or a party or a career chat or following up with customers or even reaching out to customers for customer service calls or booking attempts or three-way calls with your director, selling products, like those type of things to where income either immediately comes in or it's doing activity that can lead to income. Those are the things we have to focus on. Posting to our customer group is not necessarily an income producing activity. Yes, some will argue that it could be, but which is going to lead to probably more income, reaching out to customers like on the phone, doing that personal connection to them, or posting on Facebook. It doesn't mean that you still can't do that posting on Facebook, but we also want to make sure that we're focusing first on the things that we know can create that income. So again, things that deal with people that directly deal with people are kind of higher on that priority list as well.
Yep.
And then one of the other things, especially as you are building your team and things like that, is they always teach us in Mary Kay that it's you, the new, and the few. So first and foremost, even as a sales director, myself, Jennifer, Maya, and Heidi, our first priority when we wake up each day is our personal business. Our customers, our personal team members, those sorts of things, because our personal business, no matter what your position is on the career path, you make more from your personal business than you do anything else. So that's your first priority. Then it can be helping your team members, your consultants, and then as sales directors, your unit members, but to focus on your personal business first as well. So Jennifer, any other thoughts or tips as far as being intentional with time?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I love that 6 list. That is my favorite. I mean, I love doing a good brain dump, but that 6 list has helped me so much. And like I said, I remember I would text Maya a picture of it every single night up until I finished becoming a director. So.
And that's a really great thing because last time we did talk about accountability, what that looks like. And some people need more accountability than others. But that would be a challenge, is if you're wanting to move forward in your business, whether that's on the building your customer base, building your team, is to take that challenge that Jennifer said, as far as creating your list and sending it to your director, because there is that level of accountability with that does, your director is going to love you, whether you complete that list or not. But it does help to challenge you and help to hold you accountable to yourself first and foremost, because you have this list and you do know what to do, but it does challenge you because you don't want to let anybody down. And so you'll focus on that list as well. So take that challenge, like Jennifer said, of creating that list tonight, back it up to the brain dump if you need to first figure out what goes on that list, get those things out of your head and on paper. And then use that list and use it consistently. Doing it once is not going to make a difference, but when you do it every single day, and again, like Jennifer said, it may be Mary Kay things, it may be other things, but to know exactly what you're going to do each day when you wake up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Are we ready to move on tonight, Mary? Oh, I'm so sorry. You got another cough. All right.
Oh.
So just an announcement for those of you who may be new or don't know, but every single month we get to do a drawing. And so this drawing is for a grand prize. And so last month for July, you could enter your customers to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And when they win, you also win. and you could enter them on a Google form if they attended the Watch It Wednesday of the month, where there's a guest speaker, which was myself last month, where I shared my story. And the next one will be next Wednesday. We're going to have a guest speaker. If you have a career chat with them or with your director, or what's the other one, Mary? I'm sorry. Am I missing one? Or if they become a consultant, they get entries too. Okay, yeah. So those are the 3 ways they can earn entries into our monthly giveaways. And so we are going, as soon as we're done here, well, 8 o'clock, we're hopping over to the All in Virtual Beauty group, where we will do the drawing for the month of July. And now, Mary, do you want to announce the drawing or the grand prize for the month of August that we're going to do?
Yes. Okay. So let me share the screen just so I can show you. Well, actually, I got him here right with me so I can show you in person.
Yeah,
So,
I got him too.
So this next month for August. So again, when you do those things that Jennifer shared, you and your customer are going to get, oh, I had a makeup brush in there. But you guys, each of you, the customer and the consultant, will receive the whole new trend collection, the Precious Gems trend collection. So you get the bag, you get the 2 highlighters, you get the 2 nail polishes, you get the 2 lipsticks, and you get the 2 new liquid eyeshadows as well. So it's $126 value retail. So your customer will get that, and then you will get one as well. So we're so excited. They're so fun. So fun. And you get to watch us talk about them tonight. Jennifer and I will do that.
Yep. We're gonna go over here in just a minute, and I'm gonna give my computer a little charge before we get started too.
Yes.
Oh,
all right.
so
And then the next one, the next family night. Let me get this. I was going to try to share the screen on that again. There we go.
All right, there we go. Yeah, so September 1st. Ooh, that's crazy. Wow, September. We're already talking about September.
I know.
Yeah, so our next family night call will be on September 1st at 7 Central, 8 Eastern time. And so we'll make sure we send out reminders to all of our units between now and then to make sure you know about it. And so you can hop on for a time of celebration for everything that we achieved and finished in the month of August, and then figure out, what our new contest is going to be, and training, and so much more.
Yes. Awesome. So like Jennifer said, after this, hop on over to the All in Virtual Beauty Facebook group, and Jennifer and I will be on there at 8 o'clock. Make sure you use this time to invite your customers, and as soon as we go live, tag your customers in the video so they can hop on and watch as we share all of the new products with you guys. So have an awesome night, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.